Hello and welcome back, and we're going to be in our fifth video in a moment, and we're going to be looking at car parts. The reason why I've got the student marks spreadsheet still up is because I want to show you the two worksheets that I want you to work through. The first one is after that, which is quick quiz, and this is where you have a little picture of a VLOOKUP, and you've got several questions I would like you to do. What I want you to do is I want you to answer these questions. I want you to do a print screen of these questions. You might need to do say one print screen here and another print screen there, and then I want you to email me the print screen so I can see that you're working through things. Once you've gone and done that, I want you to get on to car parts, and I'm going to spend the rest of this video talking about this. We have up to this point been looking at VLOOKUP, vertical lookup. In this exercise of car parts, we're going to be looking at HLOOKUP, which is horizontal lookup. The principles are still the same. We still need those four values to put in, but whereas with vertical lookup we are dealing with columns, in this case for a horizontal lookup we are dealing with rows. So I'm going to show you how to use the HLOOKUP. Here we see January, February, March. We're going to be putting our HLOOKUP in here, and our lookup value is going to be found in this one here in C9. The value that we're going to be putting in will be the car part. So for example, the exhaust or battery or spark plugs, so on and so forth. So let me show you how it works. In here we start as always with an equal sign, and we're going to go to the function key. We don't have, well, I have HLOOKUP here, but for the sake of argument I'm going to pretend we don't. So I'm going to put HL, and you'll see that HLOOKUP is there, and insert. It's virtually identical to what we've seen in the past. The lookup value is going to be this. So I'm going to click here, and whatever I put in is going to be found in C9. The table array is going from exhaust down to number 132, so from B2 to G5, and whether it be a VLOOKUP or an HLOOKUP, I'm going to use dollar signs before the letters, before the numbers, because I will fill across eventually and I want it to stay exactly where it is. Now, because I'm doing January, I'm looking at not row 1, I want the answer to come from row 2, because I'm looking up this and I'm finding this. So it's row 2. So here we go, row 2. And the range, well, I'm looking up something specific, aren't I? It's either exhaust or battery. So essentially what I want is not true, but false. And click done. Okay, we've got NA, but let's say I put in exhaust and I press return. What I should be getting for January, because it's looking up exhaust and it's going to be looking along the second row, and we're going to see 1, 2, 3. So let's see if that works. I've put in exhaust, I press enter or return, and I get 1, 2, 3. That's great. Now, I could type this in again. I could go HLOOKUP, but I want to use, and I actually want to fill across. Now, if I'm going to fill across, I might as well put in a dollar sign before the letter and the number here, because I'm always going to be using this cell to put in the value. So let me fill across, and we will get some errors, because what we have here is that for February and for March, they are still looking at January. So we need to do a little bit of editing of our code here, or of our formula. So for February, we're looking up C9. Good, we're using that table array, but we're not looking up table 2. We're looking up these words, but we want to return this row. And this row is in 1 to the third one. So let's change that from a 2 to a 3 and click done. And we should see 146. Okay, so I think you get the idea. For March, here's March. It's not row 1, not row 2, not row 3, it's row 4. So we're still looking up C9. We're still using this table, but we want row 4, and it's still false, and click done. Okay, so that was short and sweet, but you're getting the idea of how an HLOOKUP works. It's the same as a VLOOKUP. We're putting in the same values, except we're not looking up columns, we're looking up rows. So go and have a go at that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.